Honorable Men Discord. Floyd Mayweather's defamation lawsuit. Let's talk about it.
How you see yourself is how you perceived. I see a man strong, gifted, head strapping, never down on his knees, begging. Gotta make a way, even in my darkest hour. Say the odds against me was new. I would never cower.
Okay, as always, welcome back to another episode. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and let's get straight to it. Floyd Mayweather purchased 62 apartments in NYC, which came out to a $402 million deal. Now, if you're unfamiliar with that purchase, here's a video that he posted about the purchase. Let's get straight to it, and then we'll talk further.
I love bringing the people into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on the regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me. Guess what? You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah,
And I'm pointing like this because all of them, we're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. All this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
All right, so that was a video that he shot in regard to the purchases that he made. So how did we get here to a defamation lawsuit? The problem is that there's been information put out there stating that Floyd is bankrupt and he didn't in fact make the purchases. And I'm not quite sure who or whom the source is coming from, but it's gained enough traction to the point where Mayweather feels the need to defend himself legally. So here is a clip from Mayweather speaking on his choice to sue on the it's called The Real Deal. It was like some type of summit based on real estate, and I believe there were more than one speaker, but Mayweather was one speaker, one guest speaker that was on the panel. So let's get straight to that, and then we'll talk further.
Okay, so let's talk about the Business Insider article that ran.
Yes.
We debunked this reporting, but the gist of it was that Dan Geiger, the BI reporter, said that you didn't do the $400 million Black Spruce deal. And you sued BI and Geiger for defamation recently. You said that Geiger harassed you and your family through hundreds of phone calls, and you also said his reporting was racially biased. What do you hope to get out of suing Geiger? Why did you do that?
Well, I leave that to the judge. I leave that to the lawyers. I just want the people to know. I'm 48 years old. I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the question.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. Now, I've always been judged because how I have presented myself when I'm promoting a fight. You cannot judge me for entertaining the people when I'm promoting a fight. Judge me for the person that you know. You can't judge me if you don't know me. So that's no different from people in this room may want to do a deal with me. But if someone going out there putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family and hurting my business, We're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company for speaking bad about my company. I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar. I work hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my company.
All right, one more toughie. So
Nothing is tough.
no, okay.
After being in the sport of boxing, dealing with the sport of boxing, there's nothing that's tough.
Fair. So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded
Well,
yet.
everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Okay, so I think we'll end with this one. When I spoke to you all last week, you were riding around Miami, you were looking to buy even more.
Yes.
Have you bought anything in the week since we last spoke?
All right, so I'm gonna stop it there. By all means, if you haven't already, look this up, watch this entire interview. The majority of it was about real estate, which I just thought was interesting. I think real estate is interesting. I just first and foremost, I'm a Mayweather fan. Outside of what he's talking about as far as business and real estate, I'm a Mayweather fan. And I'm actually proud of his accomplishments. I'm proud of his ability to sit on the panel. He said he had an education up to the 12th grade, a 12th grade education. And I'm just proud of the way he was able to handle himself on the panel and speak so eloquently about his endeavors. And what you should learn from this episode is don't be the people who's hated. Let me start there, right? Don't be the guy or the groups of people that's hating on Mayweather. 50 Cent included, because 50 Cent also had some things to say about Mayweather and this deal. And the information, I believe, my personal belief, I believe the information is incorrect. I was, when I was putting this episode together, I was looking at different sources, and it seems that there's some outlets regurgitating fake clips of Stephen A. Smith speaking on Mayweather's deal is fake and stuff like that, but nothing seems like it's solid. Nothing seems like it's concrete, and I don't believe any of this. And first and foremost, we would call stuff like this pocket watching, because at the end of the day, let's just say he filed for bankruptcy. What does that mean for you and I, right? What does that mean? It means nothing. And at the end of the day, what you can't deny is that Mayweather is successful. And even if you were to say he was successful one time, he's burning through money, right? He still lived a lifestyle that many of us will never, ever experience. So is that failure? We've grown to accept in this world hate and jealousy and speaking on things that really we have no right to speak on. Yes, it's public information, is put out there, so we have an opinion on it, yes, but the way that I feel like people are attacking him is like, I feel like it's just out of hand. Because at the end of the day, you see they were about to speak on, he's planning on making more purchases, I think, in Florida or something like that. That does not sound like someone who's losing it, who doesn't have the means, And again, if you watch this full interview, it does not sound like this is a ploy to hide the fact that he did not purchase the buildings in Manhattan. Whether he purchased it, whether maybe he shot the video after he sat down and discussed the purchase, and maybe there was some kinks he needed to iron out. Because in business deals, especially when you're purchasing apartment buildings, I can only imagine. Think about the paperwork that it takes to complete a purchase of a house. Now, he's purchased or attempted to purchase 62 buildings. It's possible he had to sit down, and there was some kinks that he needed to iron out. and he shot the video of him walking through Manhattan, through the neighborhood, and he's like, these are my buildings, these are my buildings. And maybe for whatever reason it didn't go through, or he just didn't like it, or whatever the case may be. But for people to do research and say, oh, he didn't really purchase it, it's like, what does that even mean? So let's just say Mayweather didn't purchase the 62 buildings, right? What are we saying? He's broke? Then they, like he mentioned, or I should say she mentioned, she asked him the question about bankruptcy, and he basically indirectly denied those rumors. What does that mean? Also, does it mean that he's no longer successful? What does that mean? What if you get the negative answers that you want, like let's just say Mayweather was to admit, oh no, I didn't get the 62 buildings, or yes, I filed for bankruptcy. Is he less successful for mentioning that? Is he a failure? Does that sum up his legacy? These type of things are just ridiculous, and I just encourage those that watch this video to not be the people that hate on other people for some of their downfalls. Because if you watch this entire uh, interview that he has on The Real Deal, he even says not all his deals were perfect. Some deals didn't work out so well. Some of them do, and that's just a testament to life. So the fact that there's some people that sit and enjoy his potential losses or his failures is just ridiculous. But that's a testament to life. Welcome to life. For those of you that haven't experienced it yet, stick around long enough and you're gonna experience it. Welcome to life. I I root for him inside the ring, outside the ring, and I like the guy. Is he perfect? He spoke on the fact that some people judged him on the things that he would do when he was boxing to make sure he generated a fight, made sure it sold. Hate him or love him, when he fought, you wanted to watch his fights. At least I did. I don't know about any one of you all that's watching this episode. He did an excellent job at marketing his fights and making you want to tune in. It's no different than what Jake Paul's doing. Love Jake Paul or hate him, he gets you to tune in. He got me to tune in for that flop fight with Tyson, right? Will he get me to tune in again? Nah, probably not, unless I have absolutely nothing to do. But it's the same thing. It's the same thing, So what's your thoughts? Do you think Mayweather is bankrupt? Do you think he's lying about, purchasing buildings in Manhattan? Do you even care whether or not he actually purchased the buildings in Manhattan? For me, it doesn't matter. It means nothing to me. Whether he finalized it and signed off on it and actually purchased the 62 buildings, it doesn't matter, because if you paid attention to some of his earlier posts from months ago, he owns a building in the Diamond District. He bought a building for his grandson. So this does not sound like someone who's losing. He's absolutely winning. And there's another thing too. There was a report a while back about him being stuck in Dubai because of lack of a payment. That was clarified. I found that on X. I looked that up on X. That was clarified. There was some issue. There was a report. There was an issue that someone that was in his camp had stole a watch or something like that whilst he was out looking at watches, because he collects watches, and that person stole a watch, and so allegedly he was stuck in Dubai until the watch was returned, or he paid for the watch or something on that something of that effect. But that was a rumor that was floating out there. I don't know whether or not that rumor was true, but then I came across a video with Whack 100 speaking on it, and he said actually at the time when people were saying Mayweather was stuck in Dubai, Gervonta Davis was one person that also said that too. He wasn't stuck in Dubai. He was actually, I guess, somewhere in the States with Whack 100, and Whack 100 was like, yo, they're talking about you being stuck in Dubai. And Mayweather kind of like laughed it off, and he was receiving phone calls at the same time Whack was speaking to him, and someone called him and was like, yo, are you okay? He was like, let me guess, you're asking if I'm stuck in Dubai. So it just goes to show, like, there's a lot of rumors out there. It's really hard to know what to believe, because as outsiders looking in at these celebrities, we're fed anything, and it's so easy for these people or peoples to start up fake pages and put out misinformation, and unfortunately podcasters like myself, will find it and will report on it, not knowing if it's true or not. But that's why it's important that we do our due diligence. And if it, in fact, it turns out that it's false, it's our responsibility to make sure we, follow up on our reports, on our videos, and clarify it. But as far as I know, in terms of the defamation and whether or not Mayweather did in fact purchase the 62 buildings in NYC, there's no actual proof that he did not. And there's no actual proof that he's bankrupt. So that's what I'm going to say as far as this episode is concerned. If anyone knows something that I don't know, by all means, let's speak about it in the comments. Send me the link. I'd like to see, the details on it. But regardless of the fact, Mayweather is still my guy. I'm still a fan of what he does. I'm still proud of what he's become. And I don't even know the man. But that's my energy towards any man, that's worked hard and has accomplished something. It makes me smile because it lets me know that it's possible. And for that reason, I salute Mayweather and others like him that may not be on television that are doing their thing. So whether it's you watching this video and you've accomplished something and you came from nothing, I salute you. But that's all I have for today. As always, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.